Na 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 oh eh oh. Na 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 oh eh oh. Na 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 oh eh oh. Na 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 oh eh oh.
Gotta get a little dancing going on here.
Is there music going?
Oh yeah, you probably can't hear it.
Hello and welcome to Three Guys, One Cup. I am Dave Mankoff.
I'm Brad Kaminsky.
Andrew Nopinski.
And we have a face on the screen again. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. Introduce yourself.
I'm Curtis Foriter, Skyping in from Los Angeles, California.
Oh good, I've been saying that wrong all along.
I've been saying Fortier.
Yeah, I've been saying Fortier, being all French about it, but apparently I'm wrong.
Yeah, hey, no, people tell me that it should be Fortier. They tell me that I'm wrong. So
Okay.
You're pronouncing your own name
that's
wrong.
always fun when you hear somebody tell your name is spelled or mispronounced.
You gotta love
That's
that,
always a
don't
good
you?
one.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No,
Thank you again
thank
for
you.
asking. It was
Yeah.
it made my week.
It's always nice when we hear somebody that's like, hey, we want to be on your show. And we're like, well, hell yeah, we'll open up our schedule for you. Why not,
And you
right?
guys are out of Chicago, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
the Chicagoland area.
I'm from Michigan. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, right around the corner.
Gotcha. I knew it was close. I couldn't remember where.
That is very close. Well, welcome.
Thank you
We
so much.
have you on here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What are you going to be promoting on our show?
What's your
here?
likes, dislikes, what you look for in a man?
Yeah. What are you wearing right
Wow.
now?
There's so many. I love rich for one thing, rich and a good firm handshake. I'm here to promote. I have a web series that we are trying to get funding to finish. It's called Hollow Ship. We've shot the pilot, in essence, a teaser, and we have a Kickstarter to try to finish that and finish it properly, so we can use that to launch into the series, either with somebody purchasing it and buying it, or us, funding the rest of it. But we have a Kickstarter. We're trying to raise $10K. Just this afternoon, before I came on, we hit the 30% mark. We've been up for a little over the week, and we hit 30%. So we're
Hell
very
yeah.
excited. So
Congrats on
3K.
that.
21 days left, right?
21 days left. Yep.
I've been
Yep.
keeping a close watch on all the Kickstarter projects I've backed. So
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, very
So
excellent.
yeah, no, and we've got a lot of we've been posting a lot of updates, of the behind the scenes crew, and we think we put a good Kickstarter page together. So
It's
The,
definitely a solid one, for
the
sure.
captain's blog was hilarious. I had to share that when I read it. I was listening to it. I was like, I was expecting it to be a video, the way it looks with the picture and then the audio strip underneath. And I was like, okay, why isn't it animating? And then it started kicking. I'm like, oh, got it. It's like a disembodied voice thing. Like you're talking to the computer. I get it.
yep.
What I'd like to do
Yep.
also is play. You have your Kickstarter video. Would you mind if we played that on air here?
Not at all. Please do.
All
It's
right.
very long.
Thank you. Is it really? Didn't you say it was
It's
short?
a minute and 16 seconds.
It's longer than what I got. Hang on, I'm just resizing here so it looks pretty. Yeah, I want to play this video for you.
It should be
here.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. If I could hit the play button here and get this on the screen, it probably would help, eh? All right, here we go. This is his video.
This is Curtis. This
And
is
that's
Helen.
really quiet.
One day, Helen asked Curtis.
Why aren't there any sci-fi sitcoms?
Curtis responded,
Let's make one.
but Helen said,
That sounds expensive.
so Curtis thought,
What if the spaceship was a holodeck and the program was Los Angeles?
Great idea! Because Los Angeles looks like this,
And this.
and this,
And then the bridge could be a conference room.
and engineering could be an auto repair shop.
And the 405 could be a black hole.
We could afford that!
so they wrote some episodes. They had a reading, they had some meetings. People had lots of things to say. Important people, very important people,
Very
who wanted to
important
see a
people.
teaser. An Emmy-winning sitcom director jumped on board. She brought more talented people. Curtis and Helen needed a producer, so they hired Stephanie. Stephanie's talking to you now. They shot in front of a green screen and a little bit outside, and everyone was awesome. And now they need an editor and special effects people and an animator and composers and a mixer to take this and this and this and put it together to make this. A sci-fi sitcom.
Airlock opening. 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
But we had those numbers on the blackboard.
Yes, that was Steve Shaw giving us one of the funniest bloopers on set that weekend.
A professional.
I gotta send it out. Helen McElwain, who's my co-writer, and she plays Lieutenant Helen McGivern, the first officer. She put that whole video together. She wrote it, she designed it, and spent hours and hours putting that together. So she was fantastic, and I think that came out great.
That was hilarious.
Short, it tells the story, bam.
Yes,
that's all you need.
It's beautiful. It's well. I like. There's a lot of jokes. There's a lot of like visual humor, which is great for a podcast. For those of you listening,
especially if you watch the video version.
Yes, for those of you listening, go to the Kickstarter.com and search Hollow Ship, and you can watch that video. It's really funny. There's a lot of gags in it, and it's to the point. Like I like that. Nice, quick, short video, well put together, sharply edited.
Okay, Stephen Shaw, his name was the guy who plays the computer.
Yes.
Okay, what else has he been in? Because it's dry. His voice sounds so familiar, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. And I keep forgetting to go to IMDb and check.
He was recently on Cougar Town just about a month ago.
Okay.
He played. He moved in onto the cul-de-sac, and his wife was Shirley Jones of the Partridge Family.
Gotcha.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
He got to actually be in bed with Shirley Jones.
Ooh, nice.
Which was pretty much one of my fantasies from a kid. So it was very
Did you tell him that?
that he fulfilled
I've had
that. A lot of
fantasies
guys
about your
wanted
wife.
Alice. Not me, Marianne. Nope. I wanted Mrs. Partridge
Exactly. That's the one right there.
because I figured by then she was done having kids, so she would not want to procreate anymore.
Exactly. She'd be ready.
He's ready for it.
That is awesome.
So what came up, or how did you guys come up with the idea for Hollow Ship?
You know, Helen and I had always wanted to do something together. Being in LA, it's so hard out here, and you have to do your own projects now. And being the fact that video cameras and tape it's so inexpensive now. Why wouldn't you write something and go do your own project? And both of us were huge sci-fi fans, and we're both comedic actors. So we're like, ideally, we wanted to do a sci-fi 4-camera audience. You know, this has been recorded before a live studio audience. That's what we wanted to do, a sci-fi sitcom.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
In front of a live.
Welcome. Curtis, we have some internet issues, apparently.
Comedy, and we didn't want it to be campy or a parody, because a lot of stuff ends up being just ridiculous. And we're like, no, we wanted a workplace comedy. And I've always enjoyed news radio. You guys ever see news radio?
Oh, I love news radio.
I've seen clips, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Nelson, he was the captain, and he was very nebbish. He always tried to do the right thing, and everybody around him was just nuts. And to me, that, and you put that on a spaceship, and that's hysterical. And then...
No, and then.
and then both...
Oh, crap.
Sorry about that. We're having some internet.
Why build a ship when you can just program the damn thing?
Right. Definitely. What I like, News Radio is a fantastic show. If you guys have not seen it, I have all the DVDs.
I've seen one of the guys that's in it. He was in that and Kids in the Hall. I saw him do live stand-up.
You know who else is in there?
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Is he really?
Yeah, Joe Rogan was a big star in News Radio.
Ah.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's a stand. How was he?
Oh, I love Joe Rogan. He's one of my big heroes. We've talked about him at length. We just saw him a few months ago,
Yeah,
too.
we saw him a few months ago, and then the guy that I was talking about, I saw him at the Improv in Schaumburg. I saw him live. Absolutely filthy comic, but hysterically funny.
Oh yeah, no, I hear Joe Rogan is he's very blue.
Oh no, not Joe Rogan. The guy who's in he was in News Radio and Kids in the Hall. I can't remember his name.
Dave Foley.
Yeah, I saw him. Hilarious. So funny.
Joe Rogan is very blue, though. I mean, it's good comedy, like when you have someone so dirty and so crazy blue. Now, you yourself have done some stand-up, right, Curtis?
Oh, yeah. Before I moved to L.A., I was a full-time stand-up comic. In fact, I've been to all the Zanies in Chicago. Every crappy comedy club throughout the Midwest, I've performed at it. There was a place in Traverse City, Michigan, I remember once. There were 3 people in the audience. One of them was on oxygen, and they still had the show.
Oh, that is awesome. That's what I love about comedy, like stand-up comedy like that, is you get crazy differences like that all over, and you're traveling all the time. Have you seen Doug Benson's documentary that he came out with about touring and being a comic?
I haven't. No. I didn't know Doug Benson had one.
Yeah, it's called The Greatest Movie Ever Rolled, and it's all about. It's basically like he funded a movie to go on tour to show what it's like to go on tour as a stand-up comedian, and like all the crazy stuff that happens. So it just kind of like documents all the shit he goes through and all like the plane rides and the car rides and all the hilariousness with fans and stuff like that. It's very, very cool. So it gives you kind of a taste of the not fun it is to go on tour. I guess it would be sometimes.
Oh my God! I did a benefit 2 weeks ago, and I tweeted it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but my green room was the hallway with trash bags in it.
That's when you know you've made it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. In fact, we were in another room down the hallway, and they came in and they kicked us out because the drag queen show needed to change.
Oh, God.
So they kicked us out, and they're like, "Hey, just be here." We're like, it's a hallway, so there's no chair, and there's 18 garbage bags. Not 18, but there was like 7. It was like, and this kind of smell. So that's where we were until we went on stage. 3.5 hours later.
That's when you know you made it, man. Like, welcome to stardom. Surprised they didn't ask you to take the trash out for them. They're like, hey, you're one of the stars.
They're like, well, as long as we're here, why don't you just, take it right up the stairs and out the back?
Yeah, right? Oh, that's funny.
Everybody makes one trip. We get it done really fast.
Exactly.
Those drag queens can really lift a lot of trash.
Oh my God, I followed Tina Turner. That's who I followed.
Oh wow, how did that go?
They were disappointed. It was very at that time. There was 4 drag queens. There was like 3 or 4 other comics. There was a raffle. There was literally 4 hours of activity, and then the finale, ostensibly, which is the drag queens, and then like, no, we have more comedy. No, you finished the show. So I go on stage, and everybody had a look on their eyes like, you got to be kidding me. There's more. They literally had that look. I go,
crazy.
yeah, that's it. You guys are here for the duration. And then, they're like, we will not give away the television until you're done to keep people here.
Wow.
I go, oh my God.
That's awful.
No pressure on you to keep everybody entertained, right?
Yeah, right.
Wow, that is crazy. God, you got to love planning of those events.
Oh, that can't be fun. So what do you do like for day to day now? Are you like doing like the audition circuit kind of thing for pilot season or?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, last year I was almost on The Office. I auditioned for The Office.
Oh, nice.
Booked the role, and they called me 20 minutes later and said, they're going to rewrite the part. They loved you, but they're going to rewrite the part for somebody taller.
Wow.
Who did they end up casting?
It was 20. I was on the phone with my folks going, hey, I'm going to be on The Office. They're like, nope. And then they brought me in like 4 or 5 more times, but still nothing. And I think it's wrapped, or maybe they only have a couple more episodes left.
Yeah, they just announced that they're extending the final episode by an additional 15 minutes, and they're bringing back 2 other people. I just saw it in the elevator at work today, and I can't remember who it was that was coming back on for the finale, but I was like, oh, that'll be really funny.
Probably Steve Carell, right?
No, it wasn't Steve Carell.
Really?
It was
It's
like
not
somebody
him?
who hasn't been on it in a while, and then some other chick that I if I saw their name, I would remember, and I just can't for the life of me right now.
Yeah, that is crazy. But your story is very common. Like Hollywood changes their minds like by the second. Nothing is set in stone until you show up and start filming. Even then, they may cut out parts and do crazy shit like that. That's absolutely wild. But
Oh, absolutely. No, mounting Hollow Ship has it's weird because I usually I'm an actor and let's look at the lines and try to give the best performance. And now as somebody that's mounting a production, I literally look at stuff differently, and it's kind of scary. It's like, oh, I hope I don't become one of those producer douchebags. But it's still it's literally like, okay, that actor, you break it down in a very business-like way. It's like how can they help the production, or how can they not, or what are their strengths, and can we use, quote unquote, use their strength? It's very weird to think in that level. So
right, and it's no offense. It's no offense to you.
It's absolutely nothing personal.
Right, there's no offense on you. It's just the way the business kind of goes. They're looking for something, and you just got to find that one place where it clicks perfectly, and then you can take off. And that's
Absolutely.
why you're just going to make it yourself. You're like, okay, I didn't get The Office. I'm just going to do my own thing and make your own whole show.
That's the way to go.
That's the way to do it.
That's what we're totally doing.
And now there's the total opportunity to do it. You have all these outlets to be able to do that stuff yourself now, which you didn't have like 5 years ago.
That's correct. No, and I kind of like it because it keeps you satisfied creatively during, while you're waiting for your recurring on The Big Bang Theory. So I really enjoy, and I know Helen has mentioned this too. It's actually very enjoyable and fun to brainstorm and be creative, and we're doing it with all of our friends. Everybody in this production is funny and is a good friend of ours, and we mesh well, so that all comes out in the writing and in the performances. So we're very excited about that.
That's good. You need a good chemistry for that.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we talk about some of the people that are involved in this? I had a picture up here of everybody. Why don't we go through? I'm on the Kickstarter page with that picture of everybody that's on there.
Okay.
So if you want to just like introduce everybody that's on there and tell a little bit about them or whatnot.
Okay. Let me. You know what? Let me call it up here.
Yeah, sure. No, go ahead.
I know
Sorry.
my cast, but I don't want to make sure I miss anybody. Well, I'll start with.
It's like you're at
Mary
the
Lou
Oscars. I want to thank. Oh crap! I forgot that person.
I forgot my girlfriend. So let me get to the page. First off, our director, Mary Lou Belay, she is an Emmy Award-winning sitcom director. She has been directing sitcoms since Charles in Charge. In fact, I think Charles in Charge was her first sitcom. So she's directed a lot of the stuff out of I think the Tyler Perry stuff out of Atlanta, and she directed an episode of Monk before that went off the air.
Wow.
And so she's written 3 books about directing, and 1 book specifically about sitcom and sitcom acting and sitcom directing. So she knows sitcom.
Her shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she really does. And it was really great to be on set with her because, I mean, she knew what she wanted. Cut. All right, we're moving on. That's it. We're like, well, what about the other thing? Nope, we got it. It's on camera. Don't worry about it. Let me worry about that. We'll
you're
move
like,
on.
thank you so much.
Thank you for making this easier for me.
Yeah, that's
I want to
awesome.
do it again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was, and then that way we had time where if we wanted to take, we would, or another shot at it, we had the chance to do it. So she's really good, and she's actually a very good friend. So we're very excited to have her on board.
That's awesome.
Helen, who plays Lieutenant Helen McGivern, we just went crazy with the names. Lieutenant Helen McElwain plays Helen McGivern.
That's
I
a
know
big
that's
stretch.
stretch.
Yeah, how'd you guys come up with that? That's genius.
I think that's
It's,
a good way to go about it, though. It's like, oh, I was talking to you. That's right. I'm Helen.
She's always in character.
No, Helen is classically trained. She's from Boston, and she spent 15 years in summer stock. If I'm getting that term correctly, I'm probably not. She's probably screaming at the video screen. But she's done so many friggin' plays, and she's somebody that is amazing with accents. Like we're in an acting class, and somebody would use some sort of Irish or Scottish accent, and she'd be like, "No, that's actually Southern Irish from Dublin, the south side of Dublin, 4th Street and Lexington." Okay, great. I didn't know that was that specific. So she's actually that she's great with accents, and she's so honest and believable. So we've been acting and doing showcases for years. So we thought this would be a good chance to do something. So who's next? Oh, Stephanie Shea, who's also our producer, is huge in the anime world. I wish I knew anime, that way I could promote her more, but do any of you guys know anime at all?
Yeah,
She's on Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah, you're the anime guy, Brett.
Yeah, I'm the anime guy. I'm Dragon Ball Z anime. Not to be confused with hentai.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said.
Hentai is anime porn.
Yeah, it is. That's my expertise right there.
Cool.
I don't think I've ever shocked someone. Like
Yeah,
that.
right? Yeah.
Whoa.
Like,
Wait, this is the kind of show I wanted to be on?
Also,
Uh-oh.
I scared him stiff.
You did. He's literally frozen on the screen. Oh, internet. I love you.
Science.
Did you lose him?
No, he's still there.
It's just completely frozen?
Why he's completely frozen.
Oh, this is why we can't have
Want to
nice
take a minute
things.
and plug our commercial before we get
On it.
started?
Get on it.
Done. Go to geekify.tv and click on the On It banner. We'll talk about this till we get them back. And click on the On It banner. They pay us, but they have awesome stuff like Elf Brain. I just
We
took
use
a
it all.
couple. I just took a
Kettlebells,
couple before we
steel belt.
started. I also took a Shroom Tech Sport. For working out, gets a little caffeine, gets a little action in you. We got all the beautiful stuff on here. Their Hemp Force is great protein powder. Terrible bars, I'm sorry to say. You guys like them?
The
I
bars
know.
aren't. The bars are like if you were to get a protein bar. That's exactly. What
I really didn't like them. Maybe I could give them another chance and have another one. I got them right there. So definitely go check them out. We love On It. You're going to start seeing On It everywhere in this world, I feel like. They're taking over. They're getting
I heard it on Star
podcasts.
Talk Radio today, which was crazy with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson? Yeah, exactly. Like it's showing up in just random places. I absolutely love it.
It's not only supplements. They got kettlebells, steel bells, jump ropes,
All the good shit to make you
the
stronger.
Steel mace.
Yeah.
I forget what else they have, but they got a bunch of shit now, and they're rolling out more and more every day or every week.
Hell yeah, they are.
So-
And they got the primal packs now, which are really cool.
Yeah, total primate care.
Yeah, the really cool like daily things that you just take everything in the little pouch, you know, and they're a little expensive, but it has literally everything you
Kangaroo
need.
pouch?
I'm definitely gonna try one out.
Yeah, it's like you have separate pouches for the morning and for at night and stuff.
Yeah,
It should
and
be
you just
pretty
have all this
interesting.
stuff that it's basically like it's very just no brainer. You just go, I need to take all this instead of having all the separate bottles and stuff.
And that's
It's
sold
cheaper,
by the
too.
month, I believe.
It's sold
Yeah.
for 30 days,
30 days, yeah.
and it's cheaper than buying all the stuff individually, and you just get everything you need to take, and then you don't have to think. Like I like that. I like not thinking. It's
Yeah.
much easier than thinking.
Really quick, Hawks 1-0. Hands scored a goal.
Did that really? We're having cable issues, so we can't watch the game sadly, so we won't
Yeah,
be distracted by it.
freaking Comcast.
Down
with Comcast. He said he did. He lost his connection.
Did he?
We're calling him back right now.
Okay, yeah, we got him back.
Hello?
Hello, you're
Hey.
back.
Welcome.
What happened?
I don't know. You were talking and all of a sudden you froze and then I was like, "Oh my god, I scared him stiff," and then you disconnected.
The internet happened. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So we got to go back to the beginning?
Yeah, okay, so you're talking
Okay,
about
so,
the first person.
So you guys are in Chicago, huh? How was that gag
Exactly.
funny? Okay, cool. So who was the last person you heard?
We were just talking about the anime with.
Yeah, I said something about hentai being anime porn, and then you froze.
Yeah, was it Stephanie? I think it was Stephanie Shea is who you were
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, I needed a minute. Is actually what happened.
Yeah, right.
I need to take care of stuff. No, Stephanie, she's in. Yeah, so she's great, and she's a producer in her own right, and she produces lots of voiceovers, and she's very short, and so she does a lot of motion capture. So so you've probably seen her in video games, even though you don't know you're looking at her. So
Oh,
so she's
that's
very
kinky.
prolific.
Very cool.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I know. I've had a few friends that have been in video games, and it's fun when you talk. Hey, can I play you? I don't like character.
Yeah,
That's
right.
creepy.
I played as you in this game.
Next, we have Allison Reeves, who plays our engineer, Lieutenant Commander Amanda Quakeman. She's an actor around Los Angeles. She's done a ton of web series. The latest one she did, there's a series called How to Train Your Boyfriend, and she's in a couple of. So
That's awesome.
Yep. Next, Lisa Shurga, who plays our Admiral Grace Montes. She's a main stage groundling, which is pretty cool. If ever you've been out to LA and you've seen a groundling show or like a Second City show, but groundlings is really the place
Groundlings
to go.
are huge. Do you guys know about the Groundlings?
No.
A lot of comedians have come out of the Groundlings. Just an absolute ton. Who was it? I'm thinking of what's his name? The guy Hartman. Phil Hartman was a big groundling.
He was, yeah. In fact, the main stage is named after him.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the Phil Hartman groundling stage. So, yep, yeah, but yeah, no, Will Ferrell. I mean, you name
Was
yeah,
Sandler a groundling too? Adam Sandler?
Who?
Adam Sandler?
No, I think he came out of stand-up. I think Adam Sandler came out of straight stand-up comedy.
Oh, okay. But a lot of groundling is awesing. Yeah, it's a big thing in California.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Never heard
you
of
name any. I mean, tons of Saturday Night Live characters have come out of there. I mean, you name it, and I mean, people that are working in. In fact, those progressive insurance commercials.
Yes.
Flo.
Yeah.
With Flo.
Yes.
Yes.
Flo's a main stage groundling.
Is she really? I didn't know that.
She
Holy
is.
cow.
Yep.
I saw her
And
in
in
some
fact-
random movie, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's Flo!" And Robin was like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Bullshit, it is." I googled it.
Wow, I didn't know she's a groundling. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's her. Yeah, you'll see a lot of those guys and gals on commercials and recurrings. In fact, Lisa's a recurring on a show Leverage. I'm not sure if it's
Oh,
on
I
anymore.
love Leverage. I love that show. I go through waves of it. I usually catch it after like a season's complete and go back and watch all of them. But it's a really funny show.
It was kind of like a modern day Mission Impossible, right?
Yeah, very much so, but with a revenge twist. It's like reformed criminals who are helping other people who are wronged by criminals like them get money back and stuff. So funny. Timothy Dalton, I think is his name. I don't
Timothy
remember.
Hutton.
Timothy Hutton. Yeah, hilarious, unbelievably funny show. It's like Ocean's 11, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Who else? Stephen Shaw. Who is he was recently on Cougar Town. He was also on an episode of, I think it's called Braveheart. It's the Adult Swim episode.
Internet. Go bye-bye.
Show with Chris Elliott.
Oh, really? Chris Elliott. Wait, what show was it? You were cutting.
It was the Adult Swim show with Chris Elliott. I want to say it's Braveheart.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I have not heard of that. No, I'm looking up his IMDb page. He's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
He was in like Knots Landing and stuff too.
Oh wow, I've heard of that.
What was that?
Knots Landing.
Wait, no, never mind. Hang on a second. Wrong.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff. That's very cool.
Yeah, and he's just such a nice guy. He's just and a big supporter of Holoship. We thought it'd be hysterical if we cast him as the ship's computer, as the mobile interface of the computer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he wears like the old British man suit and everything throughout the whole thing?
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
He's very
perfect.
proper. Our computer, and it's cool because the premise of the show is they erase the main holodeck program, and they have to use a backup program, which is 21st century Los Angeles. So everything's kind of
a backup program, by the way. It's like, this program's gonna fail. What are we gonna put to replace it? 21st century LA. That'll work.
And it's genius too for production too.
Oh my
That's
God,
just
yeah.
perfect.
We lost him again, I think.
No. Why is your internet sucking on that thing? You're plugged in too, aren't you?
I'm plugged in.
You're wired in directly to the internets, and it's still pooping. We're having some issues with internet, I think, tonight because I got my cable out. And
crap, we lost him again.
So what can we talk about till we get him back here?
We got our backer rewards for Time Splitters.
Oh, yeah, we're
done
wearing
with
them
those.
right now.
Oh, we think we got them back. We got you, Curtis.
Curtis. Any Spoonie fans out there? Curtis. Probably not. You guys probably don't know Spoonie either.
Nope. Trying to get the call back.
Wah, wah.
We got our Pira T-shirts from one George Ivanov in the mail.
I got my stickers on the table too.
Yeah.
Thank you, George, for the T-shirts. These are comfortable as fuck.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to make our Geekify shirts on these things.
These are awesome T-shirts. We need to ask him what magic fabric is this?
Cotton.
It feels really good, dude. You should get one.
I got
They're
shirts
awesome.
like that.
We're having some real issues today.
Yeah, we
I
are.
know TV's still
There
on.
he is. Hello, good sir. Bueller?
Ferris.
Bueller?
Ferris.
Curtis, you there? Oh, man.
Curtis.
Well, this is fun. Someone get that man a high-speed connection.
Yeah. He's not using his 4G phone.
Yeah,
Someone get Dave some new internet.
I don't think it's my internet. I think my internet's
Hey, your TV's still down.
pimped.
Yeah, our internet's pretty good. I don't know. EJ did his off of a 4G connection.
He did.
Um,
Is he calling you? Because I hear that beeping.
no, that's.
I'm sure that's
me
not annoying anybody
reconnecting.
listening to this.
Hello.
What is that noise?
Curtis, you there?
Check 111.
Curtis.
Jessica's right. We need custom beer koozies. That's the way to
Ooh,
go.
I like it.
I will take 5.
Okay. Let me try. I just. I thought he connected.
Did you just hang up on him?
It said it connected as I was hanging
That's
up.
so rude. Don't
That
hang
is
up on our guest.
incredibly rude.
Why would you do
We're
that?
done talking to you. Click.
Why? It's past our bedtimes.
Well, by the time we get reconnected, he'll have to leave.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. No, he said he didn't have a time limit today. He changed his
man.
mind.
I love the internet.
Busy.
I know we could do it next time.
Busy.
this
Because you hung up on him. He's like, why? There we
We got an
go.
incoming call.
Yeah, we do.
Hello. Curtis.
Bueller?
Ferris.
I heard that, Curtis.
This episode should be called
Internet
Hello?
Yeah, right. Internet fail.
Hey, Brett. Well, we got the time. Turn around, grab the box with the bacon duct tape on it.
The bacon.
Well, hang on. He's gonna be trying to get Curtis back. But yeah, we
Yeah.
could do that too. Until we get Curtis
It's
back.
literally like right over your left shoulder.
Remember that
Yeah,
box you were
Right
like
shoulder.
bacon wrap? What
Yeah,
was that?
It's addressed to Kyle. Yeah.
It's for you.
It's also addressed to you. It's a present for you.
It's a present for me.
For those of you who don't know at home, it was Brett's birthday the other day.
Woohoo! 26. I'm old.
You're officially old.
Hello, good sir. Can you hear me?
Wah, wah. I heard that, Curtis. Still nothing. No one knows where that's from. This is great. Great podcasting, too, with the interwebs.
Just so you guys know, The goal was given
Hello?
to Sharpie.
Oh, was it? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us updated on the Hawks game because we can't watch it.
Assists
so pissed
went
about
to
that.
Michael Hanzus and Marian Hossa.
Excellent. Hossa doing the assists. Keith had his child. His wife had the child
Yeah,
today.
Yeah,
he had his
baby
child.
boy.
He popped it out.
Yep. Colton, I think they named it.
Oh, they did come up with a name?
Yeah, Colton Duncan Keith is what they're naming it.
Curtis, are you there?
No.
Are you there, Curtis? This is God.
It's terrible. Okay, we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
Are you just going to call him?
You jack him in that way.
Yeah, wait. Whoa, this is not that kind of... Whoa, by the way, that unplugging and plugging did a really cool wave function
Yeah, it
on
did.
there.
Did it?
Did you see that?
Someone flatlined.
Doesn't it look like that? That's really wicked. That's going to
Hello?
sound...
Hello, it's Curtis.
Hey, how are ya? Let's try this way. I
Good,
plugged you into my real phone while we figure out getting you back on video. Can you hear us okay still?
I can hear you. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Should I keep my Skype open?
Yeah. We'll try reconnecting and stuff as
Yeah.
we go, just to get you back on video because that's more entertaining than just a plain old phone call.
Hopefully
we
you
like
could
to
hear all
challenge
that.
technology.
Yeah, I don't understand any of this. Kudos to you guys for putting it all together and know what's going on. But
It's fun when it works out, but when you have technical issues, it just bums us out. But it's not no one's fault. It's just the internet's.
The viewers are finding it amusing anyway.
Well, that's good. At least
being
we're
told to
entertaining.
Jessica's telling us to take our shirts off. So
Well, okay.
told her you're not going to want to see that.
But my pants are off.
Yeah, we're not wearing any
Andrew's
pants under
not
here.
wearing any pants.
Just socks.
Well, that's standard protocol for a podcast, right?
Exactly.
No pants dance.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Well,
Yeah.
should we continue then? Because we still have a couple more people.
Oh yeah. So yes, Steve Shaw has just been. I mean, he used to work. He used to be a stage manager on Broadway for like all the huge shows when they came through in the '70s. So he is. I mean, he's a great actor in his own right, but he has seen just all those greats come through Broadway in the mid '70s. So he's really good. We're really lucky to have him on board. Next is Christopher Gurman, who, if you call it his, I mean, he's literally a who's who of stuff of TV show. He was recently on Vegas, that new show Vegas.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before that, he was on New Girl. He's been on a couple of Jimmy Burrows productions, Mike and Molly. He was on Will and Grace. He was on Angel. Just across the board. So he's just a very, very talented comedic actor. So we're having him play our IT guy, because if you have a holographic ship, obviously the IT guy is very important. So we're having him play the IT guy, and you would think that the IT guy and the engineer have to get along very, very closely on a holographic ship. Well, they are a divorced couple.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
And have gotten divorced basically because he loved to play video games, and she didn't think that was cool. Like, come on, let's have a real experience here. But he loved playing so they split up, and that will hopefully be so they argue a lot, which is always fun when you're on a ship that in the middle of space. It's really cool to have your two most important people arguing all the time.
What's Christopher's character's name?
It's Benjamin Quakeman,
Okay.
but we call him Quake.
Because of the video games. I like it.
That's fun.
I like that.
Yep.
We played far too much of that game.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we did.
And Chris actually does play video games in real life. In fact, him and I are trying to finish the dual Portal 2. We just play every 6 months, and we just can't get back to it as often as we'd like.
Nice.
Great game
But I
series.
love Portal. Portal 2 was amazing.
Oh, yeah, Portal 2 is
Yes,
fantastic.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
So,
And then you have one
And
lovely
then,
person on the end.
yes, that is Jessica Kinni, the person that is actually emailing you currently to take your clothes off.
Yes.
So,
Should we apply?
Thank you,
I'll have to
Jessica.
have a talk with her.
Thank you, Jessica.
Jessica's actually my girlfriend. So, very
Not
good
after
to be
tonight,
dating.
she's not.
She's saying yes. She's saying yes to that.
But Jessica is, an actress and a model in her own right. She's been on Rock of Love and Rock of Love Charm School. She's currently the lead in a short film called Mood Swings. that will be out in a few months. I think they're in pre-production right now. So and she models and
Clearly.
Yes. Oh, clearly.
she better.
So yeah, and she plays she plays in Holoship. She plays the hot alien. So
Did you see the hot alien?
She plays the hot alien when she's also not on Holoship too.
Is that the official name? Is that the official name is Hot Alien?
That's how she'll be addressed on the show.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's there's a without giving too much away. There's a kind of a sight gag. So she helped us out with the sight gag. So
nice.
So yep. But that's the crew. Or those are the actors. That's Mary Lou. We had the music. We're very excited to have the people working on the music. First off, I don't know if you guys have heard of Warp 11.
Yes.
They're a Star Trek band out of I want to say Sacramento, but I think they're out of San Francisco. They just had a show a couple nights or on Saturday night in San Francisco. But they've had like 6 studio albums. Their latest one was really cool. It was almost like a rock opera of Star Trek, where from the Battle of Wolf 359.
Nice.
Basically, it's like they were a crewman or a captain of one of the ships, and they got assimilated by the Borg, and they were trying to get back out, and they didn't want to leave. But it's a whole, 12 songs of that rock opera of battling the Borg, being assimilated by the Borg, and staying with the Borg.
You sound like
it's all played on the theremin.
Yeah, right. These guys definitely sound like my kind of guys. That's awesome.
Maybe we can get them to write a song for us. We can stop taking.
No, they are our Bare Naked Ladies. Bare Naked Ladies to Big Bang is Warp 11 to us. So we're very excited that they're writing our theme song for us.
That's awesome.
And then scoring it is Michael Tioli, who worked on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, The Return of the King, with Howard Shore. So
I did actually know his name. I saw that. I was like, wow, that's pretty big. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yep. He actually, and Michael's great because I did another web series called 12-Sided Die. It was about a bunch of guys that are getting older that want to game, that want to play, a Dungeons and Dragons style game, but they're getting older and they can't get together a lot. And it had kind of a big Mad Men feel to it. and he was able to kind of have a Mad Men theme, Michael did, but yet during the piece, they were in dungeons and battling dragons and stuff like that. And he was able to write kind of a Lord of the Rings-ish for that. So he kind of went back and forth between a medieval, adventure and Mad Men. So Michael's really great. I'm really excited to have him on board for this.
That's very.
Is that show you said 12-sided dice is the name of the show?
Yeah, it's 12-Sided Die. Yep. In fact, we have a website, 12sidedie.com. And we only have one episode up. We've shot a ton, but we've only aired one episode. So
that is awesome. I definitely have to check that out because I'm an avid
that sounds like the story
fan.
of us. We have not been able to get together to play a game of D&D in like a year and a half.
A little over, I think.
Yeah, it's been forever since we've been able to play. So that kind of, you're just describing us as you get older, you kind of, can't play that.
This is like the only guaranteed constant for us is getting together and doing this show on a weekly basis.
Yep.
Well, have you guys seen Iron Man 3 yet?
No spoilers. I can't see it until my sister gets back from Florida.
Oh, really?
I will give it a thumbs up, though. I will say that.
Yeah, everybody I know who saw it said it was amazing. I know it broke a whole bunch of box office records, like 176 million opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is just
177. I don't know, was that much? 176?
176 million domestically. They said it'll break $1 billion globally by the end of next week or something.
Holy cow.
It's like the fastest movie to hit $1 billion like ever.
Wow, it's gonna be. What was it? The Dark Knight was the one that was number one before, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for them. That is awesome. I do want to see it, definitely. I don't know when I'm going to have time.
My sister gets back from her Disney internship at the beginning of June, and we're going that weekend to see it.
Heck yeah. It'll still be in theaters for sure.
Oh, God. It'll be in theaters through, like, July. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, probably later than that.
Yeah, that is awesome. Good for them.
Yeah, I saw it IMAX 3D. I would recommend that if you can see it.
The local theater by us was doing a marathon of Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Avengers, and then Iron Man 3 at midnight.
Oh, that is awesome.
I would have
God.
killed to have gone to that, but I would have been dead on my feet at the wedding the next day.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Wow, that is.
I'm having a geekgasm just thinking about that.
Seriously.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Yeah, it would have been like total, like, I have a total man crush on Tony Stark, though. Not even just Tony Stark. I'll full on admit that I have a total man crush on Robert Downey Jr.
He's an awesome human.
If I swung that way, I'd be like, dude, let's do it.
He's a good-looking man.
Yes,
He's a
he
very
is.
good-looking man.
He is. I'm comfortable with my heterosexuality that he is a good-looking dude and an awesome actor. I'm so
Yeah.
glad he didn't die from drugs.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Like
I just
dodged
watched
one.
U.S. Marshals the other day, too, with him when he's, like, still, like, kind of, like, chubby-looking and stuff in
Yeah.
the face, and he's, like,
he's
this
drugged
kind of,
out.
like, total douche. Really fucking funny, though. So weird to see him in that.
It definitely is. So, I was just going to ask something, but it's gone now. So I got nothing.
It'll come back in 20 minutes.
Seriously.
What else? We do something else?
Well, this this was the question. I always ask, these Kickstarters, what happens if what's your plan B if the Kickstarter doesn't come to fruition?
What is your morning after pill?
Yes, what is your morning after pill? Say
Oh
that
gosh.
the worst happens.
I should have been prepped for that. I mean, both the question and actually in real life. A couple of people we've talked to and we've begged, borrowed, and stealed and begged mostly to work on this. It was kind of on contingent of the Kickstarter. In other words, hey, listen, we're going to get a Kickstarter going. We would like to pay you X if the Kickstarter can happen. And they're like, okay, that's understandable. So with a few of the people that we have working on it, they realize that if the Kickstarter doesn't go, they're still going to work on it for us. And and a lot of people, in other words, we did the shoot. We were able to get together a few $100s to mount the shoot. So the shoot's in the can, and we're just trying to get the digital effects. It will just take longer, and it will take longer to complete the score and complete. We'll just have to finance it out of our own pockets, which will take a long time, or we'll just have to start pitching it to people and go, look, this is the script we have. We have an uncompleted pilot. We'd love to show it to you, but it's not there. And then hopefully we can get the funds to finish it there. But that is a very good question. I should probably talk it over with Helen and Stephanie.
I don't mean to sound like a douchebag when I ask that question. I always like to ask that questions for Kickstarters.
I'm glad you got to ask the dick question this time.
It is.
I got to ask it the past two.
It is. I don't mean to be a dick when I ask it. But
what have other people said? And let me get a pencil out.
Yeah, well, I'm always just curious because I always don't want people to be like, well, if this doesn't happen, then we're going to kill the idea. It's always sad when I hear that they're like, oh, the Kickstarter's everything, and if it doesn't go through, we're done. Like, it's good that you guys are like, well, we still have other options. Like, we're not just going to kill the project and everything like that. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, kind of thing.
Right? No. It will be a lot longer and
right.
a lot more difficult to do. Really more difficult to do.
But you're not giving up, and that's what I like to see. Because I hate when people are like, well, if we don't get this Kickstarter, then the whole project shut down. And you got all this great crew and all this great everything. It's always a shame to see a project that kind of gets stopped like that just because of money.
I don't think everybody we've interviewed, though, I don't think anybody's been like, if it fails,
no one so far has been like, if it fails, we're fucked. Like
then again, everybody we've talked to, their project succeeded. So
yes, that's the good thing is, so it gives a little 3 guys 1 cup bump.
Yeah.
Really, everybody you guys have talked to has made it, has accomplished their goal?
So far, yes. There's a couple that are still waiting.
We've interviewed 3, and 2 of them are in progress.
Yep.
Okay.
You yourself and EJ included.
Yep. So it's it's a good thing, and you
we're
guys
batting 1,000 right now.
You guys still have 3 weeks left, and you have 31:15 of your 10,000 goal. So slow but steady wins the race in that, which is good. And promotion is key with this, as you know, like just getting the word out to people to let them know that the show is existing, we are big fans, of course, of science fiction, and me, I love comedy. I know you guys love comedy too.
Yes.
Comedy is the best.
In another life, I would be a stand-up comedian, but I don't think I could do it.
I don't think I have the chops for
I
it.
am a fan of stand-up comedians for sure. I mean, that's how I know the Groundlings, and huge fan of comedy specials and stuff like that. I respect the shit out of that stuff. So I love to hear of sci-fi comedies. Just like you're like, oh, that's perfect. I like both of those things.
You don't see any of those ever.
Yeah, it's so rare that I can't think of anything like hugely famous that's come out that's a sci-fi comedy.
Red Dwarf.
I haven't really seen that though. But you mean like something that's like so mainstream, like that hasn't happened yet. And as soon as that happens, like as soon as one of you guys breaks through, and maybe it'll be Hollow Ship that'll just break on through that barrier, and just it'll be taking off, and people will be like, oh, you can do this sci-fi comedy thing, you know? I think it's very badass.
Well, thanks. No, and we think so too. I mean, we think, obviously, the pie in the sky, but this would be perfect for Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, Sci-Fi Channel, they have a half-hour, either comedy or four-camera sci-fi shoot. I mean, that's new and innovative, and I think they can only benefit by having our show on there specifically. But
you hear that, Sci-Fi with two Ys?
But you're forgetting Sci-Fi doesn't do real sci-fi anymore.
You gotta go to the BBC.
Oh,
they have Defiance, But no, you're right though. It would be perfect for that. It's the perfect format for if you've seen any of the sci-fi movies, you know that they're fans of comedy, even if it's accidental comedy, because those movies are crazy movies.
Yeah.
So like this would be a perfect fit that like you're trying to be funny, and it's very inexpensive to do. So it's a no-brainer in my opinion, much cheaper than like a Defiance like show.
$100 million for Defiance.
That's crazy.
really?
Yep.
You don't want to go to them and be like, if you could just give us 10% of that sci-fi, we could make the show,
Oh, I know, absolutely, yeah. Wow. I didn't know Defiance was that expensive. I mean, I would think that they penciled it out and they can make it back, even though it's on cable. I mean, how much? It seems like that. How much does it cost to make an episode of 2.5 Men? I mean, that's got to be.
Well, before or after Charlie Sheen, he was commanding $1 million an episode, but at its peak.
Oh my!
Yeah, but like production costs though are very inexpensive. You say 4 cameras, the crew for that, the actors.
Your most expensive thing for doing Hollow Ship would be the CGI.
Yeah, and and that's
absolutely.
and that's so much cheaper today than it would be even 5 years ago. So like the budget would not be that crazy, which is really cool that you can do that nowadays. And that's the other thing is we love Kickstarter because of projects like this that you can promote and have succeed and make something very real that kind of shakes out the industry a little bit, because it's kind of you're doing your own thing, which is very good to see.
Yeah. I mean, for us, part of the reason we wrote what we wrote for Hollow Ship is because of that budget problem. Because we thought, well, we obviously, if you're going to build spaceships, that's very expensive on Helen and Curtis doing it on their budget here in Los Angeles. But if we can, use standing sets, make a conference room the bridge, and make, a garage the engineering room, that we can do. I mean that's all in the video, obviously. But that was our neat little twist to make it to make it within the story.
Right,
the writing good to make that within the story. So
genius writing when it's set in the 21st century like that. That is like you looked at it, you're like, that's perfect.
That's like the perfect use of the space that you have.
And it's hilarious. It's so funny because it's all this futuristic stuff, and then they're stuck in the 21st century kind of technology around them. That's very funny.
Well, yeah, but we're pretty committed to this, and as we talk to people about this, we get really, really good feedback. Like, wow, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. We want to see that. We want to see what you guys do with that. So we're pretty committed from hell or high water to get this thing done.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this. Like, I can't wait to see episode 0.
And we appreciate you guys' help. I mean, really, thank you so much for having me on and letting me talk about this, because I honestly haven't talked about it this much. Really to anybody. Usually, I mean, it's Helen and I, but usually it's quick 2 or 3 minute, get in, get out, get your pitch in. I haven't really been able to develop anything like this. So thanks for letting me hammer on.
Yeah. I gotta ask though, how did you find us?
Yes.
Because you reached out to us, which was the first time that ever happened, and I almost thought it was a spam message when I got it. I was like, holy shit, this is legit. This guy wants to talk to us.
Well, what was the question? It was about what?
How did you actually find us? That's what I'd like to know.
Oh, no, I was actually I found you guys off Nobility's website.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
And Nobility is on.
Yeah, or off Nobility's Kickstarter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Nobility. We had them on 2 weeks ago now.
3, I think.
3 weeks with EJ. Yeah, another.
No, that was 2 because last week we didn't do a show.
That's right. That's right.
We released a show, but we didn't record one last week.
Right, because we were busy.
Gotcha.
So
I found you guys there. I went over to Geekify TV, and then I'm like, oh, you guys are out of Chicago. Awesome. So.
Heck yeah.
Very
Midwest love.
excited about that.
Well, yeah, dude. I love projects like this, and you guys are. I can't even do math, but you guys are more than a third away from your goal. Yeah, 30%, like you said before.
31.4%.
Exactly. That's quick math, and you got 3 weeks to go.
Is that where we are?
Yep. 3,140. You got another backer while you were talking to us. Woohoo!
Oh, look at that!
It's
look at
moving. It's the 3 guys, 1 cup bump.
I attribute that to you guys.
Moving those chains. That's what you got to do. Move those chains.
This is in football.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just a big nerd. That for me, it is. It's 31.15%.
Exactly. Thank you. We need
I have
good
to have
math.
the right
like that.
significant figures on that.
Well, you're a mechanical engineer by trade, correct?
I am. I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering. I did my thesis on the space shuttle.
You smart son of a bitch.
Yes, and I'm an actor in Los Angeles. Yeah, I know exactly how much money I could be making. That's
Well, you were when we talked last week. I think, granted, I had several drinks in me by the time I was actually speaking with you, but you said
Macallan. Absolutely.
Oh, that Macallan tasting was the best. That was like the coolest thing I've ever been to. You said you actually know people that work at JPL.
I do, yeah. And yeah, I will. Jason. I shouldn't out him on the podcast.
Do
but,
it.
Yeah.
No one listens to this.
No, we actually did we did a play together like a number of years ago. That's actually in the movie Trekkies 2. There was a Trekkies, and then and they made a sequel to it. And him and I were in a play that was Romeo and Juliet. The Last Battlefield, which was Romeo and Juliet, but done from Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, the Star Trek original series episode with Frank Gorshin, and their Capulets and our Montagues were like, the black on one, half white on the other, and then flipped it. Those are our Capulets and our Montagues. And like, Tybalt was Jason. Jason actually played Tybalt. He was one of the swarthy Klingons from the original series, and then I was the Prince of Verona, or Captain Kirk. The apothecary was Dr. McCoy, blah blah blah. So it was, and then we did Shakespeare, and then we threw in some Trekisms, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And then I made the movie Trekkies too. So
that is awesome.
That is really really funny.
Yep. So yeah, but no, Holoship. It's really been fun to do and to produce, and everybody in it. We just all have a ball together. So that's. Hopefully that funny comes out.
It does, even in that
page and on the screen.
That 90-second Kickstarter video was very funny, very quick. Like, you had visual gags, audio gags. Like, it was just, I like that, and I'd like to see that kind of comedy.
Cheeky.
It's very cheeky. It's very funny. There's very smart moments in it too. That very much makes good comedy.
It's like Futurama in real life. That's kind of what
yes.
I got from it.
Yes.
I will take that as a high compliment.
I'm really hoping, like, once I actually get the physical DVD, that I'm going to see all kinds of funky, like, mathematical, like
engineering questions
and stuff, like, in the background.
Yeah.
Because Futurama is notorious for that, for putting all these kind of random, like, scientifically, like, weird things in the background of things.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Oh yeah, no. Every time I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, there's the quadratic equation. There's Fourier transform. Oh yeah. Yep.
They've had some really good ones over the years too. They had like all these unsolved equations shown as solved and stuff like that in the background. It's just really, really funny. I love Easter eggs.
That was on Comedy Central for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, they actually just canceled it too.
Yeah,
This
year's
Again.
gonna be the last season.
Yeah, Comedy Central brought it back, and then they're canceling it now at the end of this season. So it ran for an additional 3 or 4 seasons.
Which good for them. Sometimes it's time for a show to go like that. So it happens.
Simpsons.
Yeah, right. Simpsons could take a little bit of a hint from that, but.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, we actually gave EJ an Easter egg 3 weeks ago, since it's like a whole supposed to be the office in space. We told him we better see a pallet of Dunder Mifflin Paper somewhere in the cargo hold.
Yes. Except that NBC would
fantastic.
sue. As long as NBC doesn't sue them.
Yeah.
Whoever owns
Staples technically owns the brand
Staples,
name.
that's right.
So
That's right.
we told them we
do
need
they?
to. Yeah, they actually sell Dunder Mifflin paper at Staples.
They do, yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
As they should.
Yeah, they should. It's
it was,
genius.
It was hilarious, and I told him like if I don't see that, I'm going to be very very mad.
Maybe he should just take a page out of like Office Space and get like the red streamline.
Oh
stapler.
yeah, swing line. Yeah,
There you
this is
go.
my red swing line. He's going to have Dunder Mifflin notebooks.
There you go.
Jessica's asking me to ask you about Fifth Passenger.
Uh-oh.
Oh yes, that is. Amazing. Fifth Passenger. Let me back up a second here. A guy named Scott Baker, who's a director in his own right, who directed a short with Helen McElwain, the plays the first officer, called Diary of Anne Frank of the Dead.
Oh God.
Whoa.
So feel free to go online and check that out. So Scott and Helen are really good friends. So Scott was gracious enough. I mean, he's a full-time director. I mean, he's a director, but he was gracious enough to do our on-set special effects during our shoot. Well, he was also directing a trailer for a movie called Fifth Passenger, and he had an actor that was attached to the project that couldn't make the shoot for the trailer. And he was talking to Jessica at the Holoship shoot, and they're like, hey, I'm missing an actor. It's shoot the day after Thanksgiving. What am I going to do? And Jessica's like, well, how about the guy, my boyfriend, the guy wrote this thing, and that's the lead? And he's like, wow, do you think he'd do it? And Jessica's like, well, of course he'd do it.
That's
the reason
awesome.
I did it. I mean, not the reason, but the people associated with the project are Ethan Phillips and Tim Russ. So
I know
Ethan
Ethan
couldn't make
Phillips.
it. Yeah, no, they're all on Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, okay.
So Ethan couldn't make it. So Scott directed the trailer, and he was kind enough to let me take his place, and I got to act with Tim Russ, Morgan. I'm gonna massacre her last name. Morgan Laria. She's also the writer, and then Manu, and I can't say Manu's last name. He was also a recurring character on Star Trek Voyager. So you can go on Fifth Passenger website, and it's a horror. It's a science fiction horror film where they get something happens to the ship, and there's 4 of them, and they get launched on the escape pod, and they're stuck on the escape pod with a 5th passenger.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, and it's about yeah. So if you watch the trailer, you see me. I got blood spurted in my face. It's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm on their site now. I'm showing up there. That's a very cool poster too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And we were at WonderCon a couple weeks ago promoting it, but it was just so cool to be in a Scott production and to act with Tim Russ, most definitely.
Oh,
so.
Tuvok. I'm retarded.
Tuvok.
Yeah, I was like, I know that name. I didn't even have to IMDb it. I'm proud
Just
of that.
came to you.
I was just like clicking around. I'm like, oh, I'm retarded. That's his name.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so Scott wrote it, and they're in pre-production for it. They're in pre-production with Morgan Laria, Lariah. I know I'm not saying her name right, but yeah, they're in pre-production, and hopefully, I think they might have funding, and they're going to shoot it. So Ethan Phillips will be taking my place in the actual production, but yeah.
But you started it all, right?
Yes, it was. Ethan Phillips owes me.
That's awesome.
But it was weird. I mean, the set was great. I mean, I literally turned the corner, and there was the aliens type. I mean, it wasn't like a J.J. Abrams Enterprise. It was like a ship that had the shit beat out of them. And can I swear? Sorry.
Oh, fuck yeah, you can. Yeah, fuck yeah, you can.
Swear that shit up, man. We deliberately put that explicit label on our podcast on iTunes just because we know after we start drinking, it's just going to happen.
We can't control ourselves.
Go back and listen to our very first episode and listen how Dave starts it. Don't listen to the whole episode. Just listen to the first 30 seconds because the rest of it sucks.
I just start swearing and saying all the terrible things you can think of just because.
Yeah, so that was Fifth Passenger. And so, and again, that's something that came out of Scott was gracious enough to help, and then he asked me to help, and I was so excited to act with Tim Russ. Oh my God,
that had to be exciting.
He's an amazing actor. He knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, just great, and he's a director, and I guess he's directing Star Trek Renegades. It's another Star Trek film.
Wow, good for him.
Star Trek film. How have I not heard about this?
I don't know. I mean,
Or are you not supposed to say that you know about it?
No. They had a Kickstarter for it. No, I think it's a Paramount. Paramount is letting them do that, but they have to get all the funds. It's nothing that Paramount's giving them a dime to do. It's I think he's directing it, and I think Walter Koenig's in it playing Chekhov, and they're just doing an independent, quote unquote, Star Trek movie. So
very cool.
You know.
They really need to bring back a Star Trek, even if they did one at like Starfleet Academy. I thought that would be a cool take on it, and that was rumored for a long time that they were going to do that, and then nothing ever happened with it. And CBS and Paramount were like, no, go fuck your couch. We're not doing this.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I read somewhere that there's like a bunch of Star Trek like pilot ideas that people have pitched or are on the drawing board at CBS. You know, it's just like, you know, what if it was this ship that did this, or that ship that did this? This is the captain, and it just nothing has ever happened with them. I don't know why.
Yeah,
because the movies are just such juggernauts. But
yeah, the movies generate so much more press and stuff, and they get so much more bang for their buck. But you can only tell so much in 2 hours. You really need that 24 episode season to tell a good Star Trek storyline.
I completely agree. I mean, you know, to me, and that's why I've always been a big, you know, it's like Star Trek or Star Wars. You shut up. You can like both. Trust me. But for me, it's like Star Trek. There was always more of it. There's 5 series and there's 11, 12 movies. There was always something new around the corner. I mean, I love Star Wars and I love the books and they're amazing. But there should have been a new movie every 2 or 3 years. Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
And, well, at least now that Disney owns the rights to it, at least they'll start popping stuff out like crazy. And given what they've done with Marvel, I'm very hopeful, and that they hired J.J. Abrams to direct them. I'm hoping that they just blow them out of the water, especially since they got a good majority of the original cast to actually sign on.
Oh, the minute Han Solo or Luke Skywalker comes on screen at that first opening weekend of Episode 7, the place is going to go ballistic.
I know. Mark Hamill's just going to be like, ha ha ha, I'm actually the Joker. Batman, the animated series.
It'll be hilarious.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be really interesting how they play that off, too, since it's been so long since they were actually involved in them. I mean, what are they going to have, like, it's going to be Han Solo and Leia's, like, kids, and it's going to be their story through the Force or something? I don't know. It should be very interesting how they go about it.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. We'll see. Wow.
J.J. Abrams, though, that guy's got his plate full.
He's Bad Robots just down the block from me here in Los Angeles. I live in Santa Monica, and they're also in Santa Monica.
Oh, nice.
So they're down the block. Yeah, I don't think I can show up and go, hey, what's going on? But I mean, it's really nondescript, and you'd think there'd be like high guarded walls, but it's just kind of in an alley.
Did you live right there when Lost went off the air? So after it finished, you can walk down. What the fuck was that?
My God! I should have. What the? Oh my God!
Did everybody die at the end? What's going on, JJ?
Or did everybody die in the beginning? I don't understand.
What's the deal with just explain the polar bear?
Yeah.
Just explain the polar bear.
Why did they not come back? Those guys were awesome. Oh, man.
That's, did any of you guys play Batman Arkham City?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Andrew did.
I have.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab a beer. All right.
Me one too.
Okay. No, there was an Easter egg in there about Lost. I won't spoil it.
Was there really?
But yes, there was an Easter. Yeah, Mark Hamill is the Joker. At one point, he monologues and he talks about how like you stick with something for so long. He's talking about him and Batman.
Oh, that's
and then
awesome.
You betray me. How can you do that? Like with a TV show, if you stick with it that long, and then it turns and it's just the island is not really an island. What the hell?
Oh, that's awesome. That is genius.
And he just kept monologuing about it. I'm like, he's really going on and on about this.
Someone was a fan of Lost that got mad about that and put it in their video game.
Name someone who was a fan of Lost who didn't get mad about that.
I wasn't really mad. I kind of liked it. but it was a weird ending. But
Yeah, I still need to go back and finish Fringe. I've got like the last 10 episodes to watch, and I just don't want to watch it yet. I don't want it to
I've seen the
end.
first season of Fringe.
That whole show
Very
was
good.
amazing. That was probably one of the best broadcast sci-fi shows in a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Anna Torov was just phenomenal in that. John Noble was amazing. I can never remember the guy who Pacey from Dawson's Creek. I can never remember what his real name is. he was awesome
So
too.
what you're admitting to us right now is you watched Dawson's Creek.
No, I am not admitting to that.
Too late.
I did own the soundtrack though, just because it was good.
Because it came with the DVDs you bought.
It came with
Soundtrack to
all the
what?
DVDs. The soundtrack to Dawson's Creek. I have it somewhere in my attic. Actually,
You
it's
have
in
it somewhere on your most played iPod list.
no,
Right
it's,
there.
in his car
actually
right
it's
now.
actually in my car right now. I don't want to wait.
Yikes!
Are you still at your computer? I want to try to get the video back up here for you.
Oh yeah. Let me hang on. Let me turn the Skype on. Okay, Skype is on.
Calling. Don't hang up if it connects. Let me reconnect your audio to my computer so we don't lose you
We
again.
don't have audio fun. Yeah, we got a really weird setup going on with all these cables everywhere.
Yeah, this is like a fire hazard and a half.
Oh,
we really
that's a
need to
little bit.
streamline
No, if there's a
this
fire, I'm
little
just
better.
flipping the table and running.
There he is. We got
Here we
you.
go.
All right, we're switching audio now, so we have Curtis through the, so everybody can hear you. Hi, Curtis. I said hello, Curtis.
Hello.
Oh, this is why we fail.
Uh-oh. No talkie. No talkie.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
I can't hear him, Brett.
Oh, I plugged him into the microphone.
Fail.
I think.
No, you plugged him in the right port.
Maybe. We'll just keep talking here
Hang
while we
on.
go on.
Wait,
Hawks are up
for it.
2-0. That's a good thing.
Sharp
While we're-
scored 2.
Yeah, while we're waiting. I guess Crawford's not looking too good, but
Set his default. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you guys.
Yes!
Absolutely.
we hear you.
Hey!
My thing defaults to output through the HDMI instead of the headphone jack. So I was like, that's got to be it.
Now we can see you.
All right. That's better. I hate talking to a phone. It's really annoying.
Yes. Cool. Hang on. I'm trying to call up Kickstarter here to see if we've see what the tally is. I feel like Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, right.
Still 66 backers.
We are not going to
3140.
go off the air until we
We're
get
not
you.
good.
And Brett is one of them. I got to thank you, Brett, personally, live on air for backing.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thank-
I will back any project that is good like this.
Hell yeah, it's very
It is
important.
awesome. I've if you look at my backer history, it's like sci-fi project, sci-fi project, sci-fi project, random whiskey rocks, sci-fi project, random other gadget, sci-fi project.
As it should be.
Yes.
I so want to have a whiskey with you at some point. The next time I'm back in Chicago.
Next
Oh,
time you're in
absolutely.
Chicago, yeah, get a hold of us. We
Not
definitely.
only will we have a whiskey with you, you can sit right here where this TV is. And then we'll go to a bar
As the
afterwards.
TV almost falls
yeah,
over.
I almost knocked the TV over. Uh-oh, I think he froze.
Amazing.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, geez.
There's a lot of good whiskey bars in here, over in this area. So we got Jilly's right down the street. There's a Jilly's in downtown Chicago as well, and then there's a couple other ones. I can't remember what the other ones are.
Yeah, next time you're in Chicago, hit us up. We'll definitely take you out in the town.
You
and
bet. No, that sounds great.
You can come to the studio and sit down live in person, which would be awesome.
Fortress of Davidtude Studios.
Yes, that's what we're calling it. That's
Is
what
that
I'm
what it's
calling
called? Fortress of Davidtude?
Yes, because it's in my apartment.
In his living room.
That would make sense.
Yes, my whole kitchen is the studio. I don't have a kitchen table anymore. I have a studio. So obviously, I'm single. Clearly, I'm single.
No, it was actually really funny though. For a while, he got a new bed.
It looks very post-geek modern.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Before he got his new bed, and he had his old one sitting like in the hallway off to the side here. Like if you're like looking at us immediately to my right, there's a wall, and then there was a bed there. And all of our cameras and everything are set up here. And one of his girlfriends came over to like stay for the weekend. She's like, "What's going on with this?" And she's like, "Don't ask."
Yeah, like no, it's not a porno. I promise.
Record.
Was she into it though? You should have like given her a second. What is this? Well, it can be
What do
whatever
you-
you want it to be. Oh, great, then I'm on board.
Yeah, no, she was a little scared. She was a little like, what are we doing?
It's like that Family Guy episode. I can do whatever you want me to do. I can go over there and do moose stuff, or I can
Yep.
just go drink out of the pond. What's moose?
Do you have a lot of ladies staying over there periodically on weekends?
No, I do not. I do not have ladies sing over too often. It was just a friend that was she lives in like the Chicagoland area, and she came out to the suburbs to stay because she has no car, so she just stayed the night here. But she stayed in the bed out here, so no funny business.
She's technically stayed in your bed. It was just a different
Technically,
bed.
it's just a different. I do own that bed too, so
You
yes.
just weren't in it simultaneously.
No, it's not big enough for both of us.
Actually, Dakota's looking for it. She's probably wondering where it is.
It was her bed for a while here. She's got feisty now.
I got my German Shepherd's here with us as well. She's
running
occasionally
around
guest
studio.
What else do you do like for fun? Like we haven't really talked. We've talked about all your ongoings of your work life. What do you actually do for fun?
Here's a good question: Star Wars or Star Trek?
He said that already. You can like both.
You cannot.
Him and EJ can like both.
No.
Yes.
Lies. I'm sorry. I was watching the Hawks stuff.
Andrew just zones out randomly.
Yeah. Anytime there's hockey in front of me on the computer, TV, the whole world shuts down. I love hockey.
We do love hockey here.
Yeah.
Blackhawks fan?
Oh, hell
yeah.
yeah.
They're playing right now.
We've got Patrick Sharp here with us.
a very coked out Patrick Sharp. It's a Coke Zero cardboard cutout of Patrick Sharp.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
How about you? Big
Unfortunately,
hockey fan coming
the
from,
cable is down here, so we have to rely on Twitter for updates.
Yeah.
How about you, big hockey fan?
Me, not really. No, I mean, I hesitate to say this, but if they're in the playoffs, I'll watch the Red Wings. But
I'm sorry.
But only because I'm from Michigan. That's it.
Yeah.
I have no loyalty to. I was doing a show in Columbus, Ohio once, which is where Ohio State is. Huge rivalry between Ohio State and U of M, and they introduced me. Hey, please welcome. He's from Michigan. Please. I got booed.
Oh my God.
I got friggin'. I'm like, I have nothing to do with the football team. Nothing. I'm just a comic from the state. I'd have nothing to do with the University of Michigan.
But the very fact that you live in Michigan is a terrible thing to them.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
That's a hell of a rivalry.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's a nice city, Columbus. I've been there once, maybe twice, I think. But it's a nice city.
It's beautiful. Absolutely. Yep.
So, are you going to be performing live anywhere? Do you want to promote some of that stuff? Any live anywhere in the country?
Not back in the Midwest. I do a lot of stuff here in the LA area, like down in Orange County, and then I do Britain private events. But
we have a lot of fans in Benghazi.
Yeah. Are you doing anything there anytime soon?
You have a lot of fans in Benghazi?
That's not even a joke. I wish it was. We have a lot of downloads overseas.
We're on many.
Is that from the military or the diplomatic corps?
I don't know. I just know if we ever go there, we'll be stoned in the streets.
For sure. For sure. And they will be cheering us, but they'll still kill us with
Yes.
stones in the streets.
Infidel.
There.
What?
You should do like a remote, like find some bunker and do a remote like underground.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, how about we just dig out your floor? And we'll just fill it in and kind of make it look like a bunker.
And just pretend we're there.
Yeah.
And we won't actually have to die. Well, do you have anything, like, what's your next, do you have another gig that you can promote out there in California? And he just froze again. Wah, wah. I guess not.
Back.
Oh,
You back?
what's this California internet he's got going on here?
Telling you.
What was it?
What's this California internet you got going on here? I was asking what can you promote? Like, where are you going to be next? Like, you're welcome to promote what's going on.
I don't know. It's Time Warner. Who knows? Maybe I can move it.
Come on, Time Warner, get your shit together. Are you there? Can you hear?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You stopped moving, so we thought you froze.
You just stood so perfectly still. What do you have, like, another event or gig you're going to be at out in California? You're welcome to promote and talk about. Like, what's your next gig?
No. Now that I think about it, no. I just did a benefit last week for stand up, but I'm that's trying to think. No, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much been Hollow Ship series. A guy cast me in one quick part. I'm playing an agent. I'm playing a high-powered agent. So that's one episode in and out. So I'm kind of working on that. That shoots next week.
In and
then
out of
between that,
what? Sorry.
It's very busy.
One agent in what? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, it's an agent in another web series. It's the guy shooting it as a movie, and he's going to cut it up into like eight equal parts. And I'm in one of the episodes where I play his high powered agent. Very very Ari from Entourage-ish.
Oh,
nice. Very nice. So yeah, now it's
So
just kind of.
I get to talk fast and yell a lot, so I'm very excited about that.
That is awesome. That's always
There's
fun to
nothing
do.
wrong with that. I do it all the time at work.
So when would you guys start like big production on Hollow Ship? Like after the Kickstarter, do you guys have like a deal for that, or like an idea?
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Do you have what's like after the Kickstarter project with Hollow Ship? When do you guys go into like pre-production and production and stuff like that?
For like the next set of it, because this is to finish up episode 00.
Right.
So like after that, what like when do you guys move into full scale like production?
Oh. Yeah, no, it's the whole first season, which is, I mean, obviously we have to intro, all the characters, and we have other characters that are not in episode 00, only because there was just too many to put in.
Gotcha.
So we had to make a very we had to introduce the world, introduce the main characters, introduce their relationships, and be funny all at once. And I tell you, that episode, that was, I think it was like an 11-page script that went through so many rewrites. We had what's called a punch-up meeting for it out here, where I called every funny person I knew professional, and we all sat around Mary Lou's table and for 4 hours pitched jokes. It was a blast. I mean, we should have videotaped that and put that up. That was hysterical.
You guys didn't tape that?
We did not tape.
It'd be an awesome podcast.
No, it's actually because there were some people there that were high level writers that like write for actual sitcoms.
Gotcha.
And I mean, they were gracious enough to lend their time, but like an agent, hey, what are you doing? Doing free shit. Come on. Hey.
What's this pro bono crap? You need to have billable hours. WJA is going to be all up in your ass.
Exactly. So. So that's kind of our episode 0, kind of our pre-episode, and then we launch into introduce the world, introduce how the glitch happens. There's a couple other characters. We have an admiral that will be stationed on the ship. He's 30 days away from retiring. He needs he needs to get 30 deep space days under his belt. He can retire a full admiral. So they transfer him onto this thing. It's going to be an easy 30 days, and this crap happens. So he just wants to get the hell off the ship. But so he kind of plays the villain the whole time. But hopefully by the end we'll see what transformation he takes. And then we obviously have a helmsman and a navigator. And I thought it would be a good contrast to make one. She should be probably a commander or lieutenant commander, but she tells higher officers what she thinks of them. So she is stuck as an ensign, and she's really bitter about it. And we're going to compare or pair her.
Sounds like a nice sassy woman. Yeah, that's what that sounds like. Now that he just froze again. Wah, wah, wah. Thank you, Skype.
Thank you, Time Warner.
Yeah, thank you, Time Warner in California. Well, it's crazy that the 4G is beating. Oh, we lost him.
Damn it.
You want to just call him really quick?
We'll see.
A few more minutes.
If it doesn't reconnect, we will.
Well, let's take this time then to congratulate the newlyweds. Do you got a score on the Hawks or no?
2-0 Sharp. You got 2 goals.
Okay. Let's congratulate the newlyweds for what we did last week to Kyle and Lindsay Mandra. They had a great wedding last week.
It's Kyle and Lindsay Panda?
Yeah, it's Panda. They've got to combine their last names. Yeah. It was a great wedding. They're both probably exhausted right now. So it was it was fun. You guys had a lot of fun, right?
Definitely a lot of fun, yeah.
I drank a lot during that wedding.
Too. Me too, and I was not drunk.
We started drinking at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we did during the pictures and stuff, because everybody in the groom's party except me and one under 21 person had flasks. Yeah. Like all of you guys had flasks. It was kind of creepy.
All the proper people had flasks.
Exactly. I did not have any, sadly.
I don't know how you go to one without having a flask.
Yeah. I didn't even think of it, but that's why you guys were there.
How are you 28 and no flask?
27, son.
How are you 28 and flaskless?
I gained a year because I don't have a flask. Yeah. Is that how that works? That's some funny math. Hello?
Let's do this again.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Time Warner. You suck.
Just like your TV.
Yeah, my cable. What's going on with this technology tonight? Can't watch the Hawks game. My internet crashed before.
Did you try just turning it off and turning it back?
Yeah, many times. He tried a couple times. He tried to plug it back in too. He's power cycled it. I paid my bill. Maybe.
You okay?
You pay your bill.
Now his phone's not working.
Hi, you've got the voicemail of Curtis Foriter. Please leave a message. Thanks.
Hi.
I didn't know if you'd say his
Damn.
number or something. I didn't
Yeah,
want it to be
that'd
like
be awkward.
Wah, wah.
Bleep,
My
bleep,
number
bleep,
is this.
bleep.
I'm not gonna be a Paul Miller and give your phone number out on air.
Who did they do that to again?
Paul Miller. His
they
phone
gave
number,
his
yeah, and his
number
phone
out?
was going off on air because they accidentally showed his phone number behind him, and people kept calling and texting, and they're like, "Please stop."
He's got to change his number.
Yeah, he does because his
That's
number was out there.
terrible.
It's so funny. First day back on the internet in a year, and he gets just bombarded.
Bombarded.
With telephone calls and shit.
Good Lord.
Well, while we're waiting a little bit, quick, let's say go back to Kickstarter and go to the Hollow Ship. Search for Hollow Ship. You can find these guys, Curtis Fortier and Helen McKellen.
That's a fun name.
I thought you
It's
were
a
going
fun
to say
name.
Helen Keller first.
Helen Keller, yeah, Helen Keller's writing and directing, helping at least. It's crazy. It seems like a really funny freaking thing. I really can't wait to see episode 0, Sarah, when that comes out. Oh, I gotta ask him when it comes out.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
I hear a voice.
There we go.
Was it
Cool.
upside down for a split second?
I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Was it what?
I think you were upside down for a split second.
Oh, it could have been. I'm very athletic. I'm very.
Nice. If it was me,
I
I'd just
did the
fall on my
balance
face.
beam when I was 5.
Well, welcome
Very
back,
flexible.
Curtis. I did have a question for you.
Yes.
I was thinking while we were waiting to connect back. When is episode 00 going to be released? Do you have a time frame for that?
You mean as far as when it happens in the continuity?
No, I mean when is it going to be? When can we see episode 00?
Oh, yeah. We're looking probably. Ideally, we would like to have it at the end of May, but that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be more like sometime in June.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Maybe toward the end of June. Yeah, it's. I mean, talking with the digital effects guys, that's really the bottleneck, so to speak. Those are really complicated. So in our meetings and our discussions with them, they're like, when you get us going, that's gonna, they've done some concept stuff for us for free, but when that gets going, that's gonna take a while. But
So about right as the time as Time Splitters Season 1 is wrapping up, we'll have 00 to look forward to of Hollow Ship.
Perfect.
Perfect timing.
A whole sci-fi filled summer. I like it.
yep. Oh yeah. No. We want to be right in there between Star Trek and the Wolverine.
Oh,
So
I forgot about the Wolverine movie. I need to see that still when that comes out. I totally forgot that was coming out. I'm undecided if I'm going to like it or not. Just based on the previews I've seen, it looks a little weird. But it follows some comic book canon, though, from what I understand.
yeah, I think it's based off the first 4-issue series back
Gotcha.
in the 70s. So,
Gotcha. It should be interesting. Hugh Jackman always said he would never do that character again, so I'm really surprised that he is.
Really?
Because it's money aside,
Money!
he said it takes a huge strain on his body to get jacked out like that.
But he regenerates. I don't get it.
You should be okay, right?
Well, he did one of the X-Men movies where he was like bulked up beyond all imagination, and then went to do the Prestige where he had to lose like 70 pounds, where he was like a stick. He had like this massive weight gain and weight loss all within like
It's
a
so
year's
terrible
time.
to do to
It's
yourself.
horrible for your health.
But he's getting paid millions, so I guess
Yeah.
I would do it if I was getting paid that much money. I'd
Talk
make
about
those-
dedication to your craft. Though.
You have to. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, if that was my job, I would. You need to lose weight and bulk up and lose it again. I could do that for my job, where I paid millions of dollars. That's how I see the captain in Hollow Ship. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to bulk up one season and then be Billy emaciated the next season. He's going to be just like Tom Hanks from Castaway.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Or like, have you ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where the one actor gained like 50 pounds for one season?
No,
He literally just decided one season he's going to eat a bunch of stuff and gain 50 pounds, and they had to write into the story why he gained all this weight. And then he lost it all for the next season.
Oh wow.
So freaking funny.
Does that clunk up your metabolism?
Oh yeah, it can really. It can actually screw your metabolism up pretty badly. But I guess he was okay with it. But yeah, it can really fuck you up. It can do a lot of damage to you.
Wow.
So, but he lived, and it's really a funny season.
Who did it?
What's his
Charlie?
name? No, not Charlie. It's the writer of the show. The fuck's his name? I can see his face, but I can't remember.
I don't know. I've only seen like a couple episodes here and there.
Oh, it's a genius show. You guys, I would recommend it. It's a very,
everyone
very
that
fun
I've
show.
seen has just been hilarious. I just haven't sit down to actually watch it.
You should. It's all on the Netflix until they remove it, like everything else.
Like South Park.
The League. The League is really funny. I've
League
seen
is really good
clips of
too.
that too.
From Chicagoland area, you got to watch
Yeah.
the League.
Fear boner.
Exactly, fear bonus from the show.
I don't know. What are we running at right now?
We're about 124.
Okay. So yeah,
Well, I definitely think people should go check out the Kickstarter.
Yes,
Again, I'll
definitely.
say it again. Kickstarter. Go to search Hollow Ship, watch the video again, laugh your ass off, and then throw some money his way.
We were, I mean, if I can jump in, we were just this past week. We were one of the most popular selections.
That's awesome. We never could get that high on our attempts at a Kickstarter.
It's tough. It's very tough to get a good Kickstarter, and even getting over 30% like you guys have is a very, very good thing. You still have 3 weeks left on it.
I think that in the Kickstarter statistics, something like 60% of projects fail.
Yeah, I can
Really?
see that.
Yeah, it's really high, like shockingly high. And then it's even higher if you don't have a video. Like adding a video alone increases your chances of success by like 22% or something.
I think the biggest thing that you can do is promote. You know, like going on a podcast, for instance, is a very, very smart idea, Curtis. I think that's a smart idea you've had.
Podcast. That's what I'm doing.
Exactly, but you need like promoting, all ways you can, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, buying ads, ad space, that kind of stuff. Like just doing it to get once you get the word out, like the first idea like this, people will come. You just need to get it in their heads that, if you write it, they will come, kind of thing. Because, sci-fi in
mainstream media.
Yes, thank you. Is getting bigger, and it's just people need to be aware that it's coming out. So, I hope you can keep push it and
Pop
see it
that
through.
baby out.
Yeah,
Keep pushing.
Definitely.
Well, thanks a lot. No, I really appreciate you guys let me promote it. And just what's coming up for Hollow Ship is we have I think in the next day or two we have our second installment of the behind the scenes video. We have one,
nice.
and we got a second behind the scenes. And I have to say this: at the end of them all, Chris Gurman wrote kind of words to kind of the initial Hollow Ship song, and my brother back in Michigan wrote on his guitar and all his musical equipment wrote the music for it. So it's Gurman and me singing what we call the Hollow Ship Beta theme song at the end of each of the.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
My brother Ryan wrote that. He was so excited to write it. So excited. So he was
Booyah.
disappointed when
Another
we told him Warp 11.
$65 backer.
Yay!
Yes.
High
Brett,
five.
$65 backer right there.
There you
No,
go.
another one. Andrew.
Slowly but surely.
I was like, hey, it just
You
jumped.
did excellent.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
We're always
That's
supporting
very
good
nice of you. I
sci-fi.
appreciate. We really appreciate that. That's
Well,
It's my pleasure.
I still have to go and listen to First Officer Helen's blog today. I saw that pop up, and I didn't have time to listen to it at work. But I'm
Helen's great. And she Stephanie edited them initially, but Helen had to do a little more doctoring to it, so she's heard them like 100 times, and she's like, "I hate my voice." Like, you're hysterical. She's really funny. Helen's very funny.
hell yeah. Well,
should be some good stuff. I'm looking forward to this very much.
definitely. And thank you for coming on, Curtis. We definitely want to have you on more for updates.
Thank you
and
for having me, guys.
definitely, when the Kickstarter goes through, we'll have you on. We'll have a little celebration. Maybe next time you're out in Chicago,
perfect.
you can give us a little ring ding and come on the show
Come
live.
out here
and
for the opening.
give you some Chicago whiskey.
Oh yes.
I have a bottle of Belveni 17 at home, I think. So we might have to open that up.
Oh my God, we will. Oh my God.
Good stuff.
Definitely good stuff. Well, thank you for having me again, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, hold
We'll have
on
you-
along for a few more minutes, too, just as we wrap up.
Yes, and we have are we going to do that? Because we have a couple of more things to do.
What?
Like the what the fuck?
Oh,
moment
yeah,
stuff.
forgot about the
Yeah.
what the fuck moment. Go.
So should we do it on now? Okay, we have two more things. Do you have a few more minutes, Curtis, or do you have to go?
I do. Yeah. What's up?
Okay,
Alright.
perfect. We're gonna do this really quick. We do this really one of our only weekly things. We do a what the fuck moment every week.
Yeah, I perused the internet for some crazy news stories, and this one is kind of funny. Jarvis Sutton calls 911 80 times asking for pot, burgers, and Kool-Aid.
Says cops.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Pot, burgers, and Kool-Aid?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say it just because I got to be that guy. Was he black?
He is black, actually. He happens to be black.
Kool-Aid! Sorry, that's racist.
It is racist, but it's funny as shit.
He was arrested Sunday for calling 911 operators in St. Petersburg, Florida, 80 times, wanting Kool-Aid, burgers, and weed to be delivered to him.
Could you imagine if 911 did that? If you're calling up, you're like, hey, can I get the Kool-Aid, burgers, and weed? And they're like, we'll be right over. And they just bring it to you.
The best part is, in this article, it says instead of officers delivered, I can't read. Instead
Careful.
of officers delivering the stuff to him, they delivered him to Pinellas County Jail, where he was booked on charges of misusing the 911 system.
Definitely. And he seems a little crazy. Because they said he was...
In his defense, I mean, Kool-Aid did show up. He just came right through the wall.
Exactly. Just, oh, yeah. Through the wall
you guys
right
really
there.
got to stop that. It's getting really annoying.
Exactly. Exactly. That is freaking hilarious.
Oh,
That is
no.
Him and the Schlitz Malt Liquor Bowl get together and have a blast.
Exactly. A true professional here. That is a what the fuck moment. Calling 80 times for pot, burgers, and Kool-Aid. I love it. One more quick thing. Brett, behind you
Over your right shoulder
is a box. Get that box.
Show the people my nice rapping ability.
Don't show the address on there because that is Kyle's address.
Not anymore, it's not.
No.
Um,
Show the nice bacon wrapping.
There is
to the
bacon
world.
wrapping paper.
Last
duct tape.
Last week, one of the days of the week was Brett's birthday.
It was Sunday.
It was Sunday, yeah. I know.
Yay, I'm 26.
Yay! So Kyle, Andrew, and I almost said Brett. Brett, you got yourself a gift. We got you a little gift, so we would like you to open that on air.
Be careful.
The show tonight.
We might need to blur this one out.
You guys didn't.
The swearing. Careful.
Yeah,
Oh, this
he
might
can't
take
open-
all night.
No, I'm not Dave. I can open packages.
Hey, give you a package to open, son.
You could even eat the duct tape. If
You could eat the duct tape.
You just put duct tape on there to be a smartass, dude.
Of course
No,
he did.
no,
It's
'cause
bacon duct tape.
I didn't have wrapping paper, and I said I gotta wrap this, and that's the box that the bacon duct tape came in.
Gotcha.
It is. Do you need assistance opening the box?
Nope. I got keys.
You know if you opened the other side was actually opened already.
Well, you okay. Because you guys knew I wouldn't actually go buy it myself.
Hell yeah!
Right?
We got you Dead Island Riptide for PS3.
Yes.
Which you
it's
will
for
have.
Xbox, right?
Yeah, right.
I got an Xbox.
You do have. You have a couple.
No,
so you will have to play that with us now.
That's the
and
only way you're gonna get me to play that game. Huh?
Is buying it for you. So happy birthday, Brett!
Thank you, good sirs.
You now get to kill zombies with us.
Yes.
And
I totally. There's a joke behind this. The first Dead Island that came out was like probably the worst game ever made.
Lies.
Glitchy as all hell.
No,
you would
he's lying.
randomly jump 50 yards. You'd come back to the game and you'd be down leveled back to where you were like 4 hours of gameplay earlier.
It makes the game more challenging, Brett. That's all.
It makes the game freaking retarded. But
It's
I
still
hope
better
that
than Call of Duty.
true. It's better than Black Ops 2. Modern Warfare 3 is still perfect. In my
Better
mind.
than
True.
any Call of Duty ever made.
But
True.
yes, I will have
Challenge
to install
me.
this
I
when I
win.
get home.
So yeah, we'll play it. We'll review it probably next week, really quickly.
Once we've had the cumulative cup review.
Yes,
Yeah,
because the four of us will be playing. You, me, Kyle, and Andrew will be playing.
Yes. Dave and I already beat the game.
We did already beat the game this past week. It's short. It's shorter than the first one, but really good. Not as many glitches, so you'll be happy.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't glitch, I'm happy with that.
There's a few here and there, but it's fun. It's a fun one. You'll like it. So we'll have to play that during this next week here at some point. So happy birthday, you son of a bitch.
Thank you, good sirs. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Curtis. So everybody go to geekify.tv and click on the little banner there.
Up at the very top.
For On It, thank you. At the very top for On It. Check out the Kickstarter. We had Mr. Curtis Foriter on here. I don't know how to say it, sorry.
Fortier?
Fortier.
Yeah.
The number
Four-tier
more
cake?
than like you're crying tear.
Yeah,
Aw, I do
Fortier.
cry. Fortier.
I just
Check out
think
his
of a cake
Kickstarter.
every time now. A 4-tier cake.
Check out Hollow Ship. Check out Hollow Ship, which is an awesome sci-fi show coming. We are pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else. Follow Hollow Ship on Twitter at Hollow Ship.
Yes.
Follow us at Geekify TV or at the number 3 guys 1 cup.
I changed my Twitter. Follow me now. I am Fat Highlander.
Yes.
You
There
can
could be
follow
only
me.
2.
Much easier. Exactly. They're much easier to say than my previous one, so you can definitely
No
follow
underscores.
me. No underscores. Fuck underscores now. Too complicated.
Made it a bitch to tag you and stuff on my phone too.
I know,
Damn
I
it,
felt-
where's the underscore on swipe?
Terrible marketing to have all those underscores, but
Yes.
I fixed it. Shout out to Trevor for yelling at me all the time for having all those underscores. So
Yes.
follow us on all that shit. We will be back next week. Do we have a guest next week?
We tentatively. Actually, I do have one more announcement.
Oh, shit.
For a totally different podcast, though. We will be doing our second episode of Science in a couple of weeks. We have got the official word from John Zeller, the founder of the Penny for NASA. I guess they're considered a lobbying body, but he's actually worked on the rover projects out of OSU for the rovers on Mars and whatnot. The guy's only like 19, I think. He's really young.
Seriously?
Like,
Another
shockingly
young kid. Wow.
But we're going to be working on scheduling another episode of Science with him that I'm very excited about.
Yeah, so that should come out in the next few weeks as well. And that's pretty much what we got.
Yeah, that's what we got.
I'm Dave Mankoff.
I'm Brett Kaminsky.
Andrew Nopinski.
And the TV is?
Curtis Fortier.
Thank you. All right, everybody. We're out of here. Have a good night.
Peace.
Good night.